Calm down, bro. Chill out. Take a deep breath. All right. You're here. You're still alive. You feel me? You're not dying. You heard? So just collect yourself, regather, take a step back, okay? And really just calm down, bro, because everything is going to be all right. Everything's good. I promise you. Even though you might be full of anxiety, you might be full of fear, you might be full of doubt, you might be full of worry, you might be afraid of the if ands, the what's and the buts and the who the hooters. I don't know what's, you know what I'm saying. I don't know what your problem is, but you probably don't, you might not even know what your problem is. Bro, I've been there before. You just start feeling some fucking type of way. You're anxious, right? You're restless, right? You're like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? What is the point of this life? You got bills stacking up, you got money to be made, you got girls, you got goals, you got other people, right? You got the world, you got the competition, you got everything going on, and sometimes you just overwhelmed with it. And I understand, bro. What do you do in those times? What do you do? How do you feel during those circumstances? How do you react and respond? Because that is really what's going to determine how you end up. A lot of times when you find yourself in a stressful situation, regardless of the case, you might not even know what the problem is or what the underlying issue is, but you're just there, you're experiencing it. Some form of discomfort, some mild form of dis-ease, some form of you're just not content in the moment. So you're just at you know, a state of irritation, or maybe you're worried, you're lost, maybe you're just very low energy. You could just be full of just negativity. You might just have a really just detrimental outlook on things. Depending on what's going on, you might be like, bro, I fucked this up. Maybe you fucking lost your job. Maybe you said some dumb shit to somebody. Maybe you lost somebody you love. You made a mistake. You ended up fucking the bag up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you ended up making the wrong decision, which ended up with a tough consequence that now you're dealing with, right? You're like, fuck, I should have did that. I shouldn't have did this. And you're sitting there beating yourself up. Pause. Trust me, G, I know what that's like, man. But you can't spend too much time dwelling. In fact, you can't spend any time dwelling, bro. You need to start becoming solution oriented. When you start feeling anxious, when you start feeling this type of way, stop focusing on that because it's just going to expand. It's just going to get worse. What you're focusing on is going to grow. So when those feelings of just unease start to creep into your system and you start, getting all uncomfortable and you can't, just relax and you're losing your posture and your composure, bro, just chill. Just chill. Chill for a second. Really just chill for a second and tell yourself, bro, I'm good. I got this. We got this. Because a lot of times you start to panic, right? You start to panic. Oh, you start creating negative scenarios in your brain. You start thinking crazy, making up all type of ridiculous, wild scenarios in your brain. You start getting paranoid. Shout out to paranoia. You start getting paranoid about potential situations, potential outcomes, right? Because why? Because you don't have clarity. You don't have control over your mind. You don't have control over your life. You don't have control over the situation perceivably. So therefore, that causes a lot of stress. That causes a lot of troubles. You know what I'm saying? Within yourself. Hold on, we got a comment. Peace and love, man. Peace and love, man. Shout out to Turkeys in the building, man. So listen, man, I really want you to take the time to understand that you're gonna be fine. You're going to be fine, but when you feel anxious, start taking action because the more you sit and dwell, the more you sit in hell. Let me say that again. Ooh, shout out to Infinite Waters. Let me say that shit again. Slow motion to the right. Ooh, slow motion to the left. Ooh. I said the more that you dwell, the more you sit in hell. What does that mean? That means that a lot of the times, most of the time, in fact, probably all of the time, that you're sitting there thinking about the problem, thinking negatively, self-sabotaging, beating up yourself like, oh, I'm so bad, I'm unlucky, I'm unfortunate. You're self-prophesizing all this. You're making up all this as you go, which then becomes a reality of a manifestation that you created for your thoughts and your feelings and the words that you told yourself, right? So what happens is we start casting spells with words to ourselves, with the narratives that we create in our brains, right? So you start telling yourself stories, making up scenarios, and now you're going through the worst case possible, and it hasn't even happened yet. It hasn't even happened yet, but now you're so caught up and presumed in the feeling and the what if that it actually starts to feel like it's happening. And then what happens is it starts to happen. Why does that happen? It's because you attracted it through your vibration. You have to start thinking in terms of thought, frequency, vibration, sound. Only operate off of love. Only operate and look at your life and your problems when you're at a high frequency. How do you get to the high frequency? You raise your vibration. How do you raise your vibration? You start getting active, like I'm telling you right now. You can't sit around just thinking. You have to start doing things. Act, act, act. Tap into the source, okay? I always recommend getting into the gym. Do a workout. If there's no gym around you, just do some fucking push-ups, do some burpees, do some sit-ups, whatever the case may be. Because as you start to hit the floor, do the workout, your problems start to dissimulate. They start to disappear. They start to disintegrate. You start to freaking forget about all that because you're forcing yourself to just deal with shit harder. Go harder. Build the fucking strength. Build the fucking fortitude. That's what you're doing. Instead of being a little weakling, crying on the side, you're like, fuck that. I'm gonna get stronger mentally, physically. I'm gonna go harder. This problem isn't shit. Oh, this problem's hard? Fuck that. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the challenge. That's what you need to start doing. Your life would be easier. All the problems that you have wouldn't even be a problem if you knew what to do, but you just don't know what to do. So why don't you know what to do? It's because you're not improving on who you need to be. The better you become, the better your life gets. Why? Because the better you become, the better your ideas, the better your thought patterns, the better your relationship is with yourself, the better your habits are, the better your disciplines, the better your ideas. And overall, the better you're able to perceive and dictate your destiny, in which case then your reality and your results are congruent to the character who you want to become. Shout out to Brooklyn Duhan. But if you're sitting around just dwelling, being weak, being soft, hating, negative, that's all you'll ever attract. That's all you'll become. So when you're feeling down, when you're feeling negative, when you're feeling like nothing matters, when people don't care about you, you don't matter, your fucking videos aren't getting likes, you're not getting views, you're not getting the girl, you're not making the money, you're not seeing the gym results, you're just feeling like you have no confidence, you're not looking good, you can't afford this, you can't go there. When you're in those circumstances, you're stuck comparing yourself to anything and everybody out there. Just remember that you are God's highest form of creation, number one. Never forget that. And in that moment, my friend, just start to develop, personal development. Okay? Work on yourself. Necesita trabajar, okay? Más. Okay? I hope this video helped you, fam. I really hope this video helped you. Find me on Instagram at Wealthy Westbrooks. You already know what it is, man. I'm going to keep on showing up straight up. You know what it is. Okay? Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. I'm building the community. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to beg for it. Okay? But it does help. If you like the video, please hit that like button and share it with somebody, because obviously this is for you. This is not for me, all right? Man up.